least 3 in the tunnels. And I'm not sure what the game plan is here for a tunnel fire. I think it's just continue to press forward and hit the heads, and that's what they're doing. 2 found. Twist needs 1, and he can't find it. Issa with the dub. And now Chauzy and Grux have to try and pick up the pieces. 4v2. Flank coming in from behind. A little bit of damage dealt, but XANTARES should be able to finish it. Can't quite. Grux instead finds him, but with Chauzy dropping, that's his pincer gone. That's his man that was drawing the attention away. XANTARES. Oh my goodness. It kind of all goes horribly wrong, but there you go. Headshot found onto imoRR. Pleasant spamming away. Can't quite connect. 3 versus 3. Into round number 2's retake, and it's not going to be successful so far either. The spam from Woxic's absolutely perfect. It's Pleasant spams down mid as well. Won't spot anything either. Calyx and imoRR rocking these Mac 10s. They want to try and farm some frags against Ricos, and Calyx does so quite nicely. Finds 2, lots of damage on the 3rd, but as he runs out of bullets, you hear that click click. Starts to worry, and Twist is able to finish him off. Woxic does deal the deadly blow. Can't quite connect the head though. He takes a hell of a lot of damage. 2 HP, calls upon imoRR to try and support him, and the Mac 10 finds it. Has managed to retrieve Calyx fallen SMG, finds another kill onto Issa, upgrades to the AK, and to be honest, now his plan is to just get the hell out of there. And he somewhat manages to do so, but he's going to have to take a fight. Takes it with imoRR, finds the kill, another onto Woxic. It's a 1-on-1. A round where he was just falling away to... I want to go for the boost here, but it's messy. They're struggling. These boxes are really uneven. It makes it difficult to jump up. Chauzy with a big shot onto the first. As the CT smoke dissipates, they can no longer hold on to this boost, but they're finding the kills regardless. Man advantage here for Galaxy Racer. Make it 2 as Chauzy finds another. And Woxic with 30 seconds left has to clutch up a 1 versus 3. AWP in hand, a single smoke. That will be deployed. Gives him a little bit of wiggle room. Desn't already swung out wide though. Knows that there's a man boost. imoRR can throw one on the flyer to just cut off the man up close. Flashes over the top though. Could initiate a push through this CT smoke. For now, not going to come through. There we go. Twist goes for it and actually finds both. Oh my goodness, Desert, what a read. I'll get used to it though, I'm sure. As will we all. imoRR, oh my goodness, this is so sneaky. This is so sneaky, the trigger discipline as well. Oh, it's just perfect, imoRR. That's so good. That's so good. Creeping all the way up catwalk like that, not being seen. Pleasant and Grux will save these 2 weapons. They will have money going into the next. With that lock close to short. One playing anti. Pleasant can't connect the shot, but as the reswing comes in, that's Desn's cue to spin around. That's such a good configuration. Works so much of the time. Chauzy on the angle. It seemed like a crazy pixel tight angle, but as soon as you see someone cross into it, he just pulls the trigger, and luckily for him, it feels like he actually just stood and... Oh, another as well. So versatile, all over the place. You never really know where you're going to meet Pleasant. It's a very unsuccessful start to the round. imoRR with that AWP goes for a little nice B-hop play, but doesn't actually manage to connect anything. Chauzy hits him. XANTARES tries his luck with the AWP. Does actually manage to find himself 1, but as Calyx drops, XANTARES... Woxic does actually connect onto Pleasant now. Not the fatal blow though, just a lot of damage, and oh no, Calyx! He's able to trade, but he has to stand in the fire to do so. He loses his life very shortly after finding that kill, so... Out, Desn't. Good smoke onto the molly, buys some time, buys some space for Chauzy, and then... Flashes start to rain over. They're just going to funnel through this smoke, and it's not going to work for them at all. Before that double up setup's just been kind of unstoppable. Seems like until now, Eternal Fire haven't really had an answer for it, but a nice boost to try and deal with it. Takes down Pleasant, but Chauzy still wreaking havoc. Finds a beautiful double kill, almost finds the 3rd. Very narrowly misses out on it. Grux was Galaxy Racer, still a massive advantage in this round. And Chauzy looks to prove it. There you go. Walks through the smoke all day long. Chauzy's hitting that one. He does not miss those. And Calyx now in a 1-on-3. Bomb on his back, he's heading over towards a site. He's got a long control as well, so not going to be contested from there. The issue is he's got no smoke for CT. I thought he'd throw a flash to try and get across. Instead he's going to use the car as somewhat as cover in the upper tunnels, and then a fourth to close things out. Eternal Fire, this is an important pistol round for them to take. If they can't, they're in trouble. A nice configuration towards long. They lose the first man and the second. There's a big headshot. There goes the third. XANTARES drops. It's going to be a Galaxy Racer pistol round by the looks of things. This is rough. This is rough for Eternal Fire. They actually really favour their T side as well here on Dust 2. That's kind of why they pick it. Their Dust 2 is really, really good. Sorry, their T side Dust 2 is really, really good. And as I say, since forming, they've only lost it twice to him. It's not going to be the case. XANTARES holding from afar. Big headshot found. If he can connect another, it'd be huge. Instead, it's just damage through the box, but he finds another head. Further damage onto Grux, 2 HP. The nade might just connect onto him. Calyx does it instead. That's onto Desert. Still a slither of health on the final man. Grux eventually drops. Twist. The pistol force spy not going too well so far here for Galaxy Racer, trying to bomb their way up short. They've lost their life to the Galil for the first. And... ooh, it's just a bit of a mess. Pleasant does manage to trade one out, but instantly traded by Calyx. His bomb trying to work its way onto the bomb site. If Twist can get the plant, that's what he's looking for right now. Unfortunately, he loses the scout duel to Woxic and doesn't have to try and pick up the pieces. Desert Eagle, I feel like Twist would have grabbed it by now if there was one on the floor. Seems weird to go for a boost with a Glock, though. Ah, no, it's just because it was being held. Woxic's still on the angle with the AWP. That's why Twist didn't go and grab that Deagle. Should be a flawless round here, though, for Eternal Fire. Might even be one where they don't take any damage, which would be cool. Just as contingencies with it. Okay, you see the Galils at face value. It looks like a good buy, but... yeah, Desert on a Galil. Chawsey. A scout instead of that AWP. Woxic, oh my goodness, that was unbelievably close. A tad too high. Incredibly close from Issa. Nate should do some damage, only a little bit there onto Chawsey, but he does know they're there now. Made plenty of noise, and that's going to be relay utility. He wants that AWP moving forward, and he's not going to risk anything this round that could jeopardize it. A big old spray down gives Calyx 2, is eventually traded by the Desert Eagle. Further flashbang should allow XANTARES to finish things off for the Sick as well, and it's going to have to be deployed into CT. We want to take the fight onto imoRR, and imoRR's on the wrong angle. Chawsey comes a little bit higher than it. There's not a lot he can do about it. He's just spraying away. He needs to find 2 here, and he's only good for 1. Timing is a little bit cruel to him. Smoke goes down. He's being pressured forward, though, and Issa... look at that. That's great. Twist on the backstab, though. And if Issa tries to fall back through this smoke, he's in for a nasty surprise. There you go. That's what happens. Lower control, and that's a big problem. A big, big problem in that scenario. Calyx with a big kill there onto Grux. XANTARES on the boost. A big shot, but it's instantly traded there by Twist. And now they've got a major HP advantage. Calyx incredibly low. If you can take the duel onto Chawsey, you'd have an advantage, but... yeah, Bogdan's Law says swap out, trap that AWP. imoRR's going to come in, try and dish out the headshots. Instead, it's Twist to do so. So Chawsey's here to support him. Oh my goodness, what on earth has just happened there? Luckily for them, it doesn't do too much damage, but CSGO'd a little bit. The smoke doesn't extinguish the molly. Calyx swinging wide, not expecting the boost. Such a nice little bit of initiative there for Chawsey to call for Grux to get him up. And as Grux swings around the angle, scoped in, he takes out Woxic. This is very much looking like it's going to be 15 here for Galaxy Racer, and it's been an incredible round. I mean, Grux posting up on long early like that, when no one peeks into you, it can be so tempting to just try and walk out. He has masses of discipline, stays on the angle, and then when the smoke comes in, he goes for that initiative play to push out behind the blue container. The boost to follow, I mean, it's just incredible. Every single kill has been a perfect execution since an Eternal Fire. They lose a very, very important round. This is going to be 15-11 here by the looks of things for Galaxy Racer. Oh, there you go, Pleasant. Big headshot onto each. Molly goes down. XANTARES up on top of the box. Able to take down Pleasant. Issa swings wide, but Chawsy's there on the trade. An advantage here for Eternal Fire. Feels like the first time in a little while they've had one. But XANTARES is incredibly low on health, and they've not been able to upgrade any of these weapons. imoRR missing the key headshot with the scout, but there's a big whiff on the other. They'll deploy it. Nade goes in as well. That's got to finish off XANTARES, and it does. Slam dunk, perfect stuff. Now they just have to face it against imoRR's scout up close as well. Pre-fired. 2-on-2. 30 seconds. The bomb's going to go down, and now it's a retake for Eternal Fire without the right weaponry for it. Unlucky for Woxic. Comes off the angle just at the wrong time there. They've somehow got to pull this together. Eternal Fire. You swap out to 2 for masses, so the scout no longer a massive contingency, but still not the best weapon of choice. Chawsy eats a grenade, lands right next to him. That's the issue with tucking yourself behind a car. But despite the low HP, they take the fight and they win them. Chawsy and Grux finish things off. Big headshot from... They've got full control of both sites. They hadn't even lost short in that scenario. Pushing Monster didn't seem like the answer, and it's really cost them. The execution onto B off the back of it caught them really off guard here. And Dezen just going huge with this Glock. Round over, pretty much. Single point of health. Start to fly out. Issa, oh my goodness, that's huge. XANTARES as well. imoRR chiming in, and my goodness, the pistols have just gone absolute. With an M4 looking to try and do some damage. The only man with a real premium rifle to work with. Everybody else on the other side of things with the pistols. XANTARES with the FAMAS, though, seems to be getting the job done quite nicely. Woxic with that scout finishes off Grux. It's been a rather successful round for Eternal Fire, taking no casualties. Even Woxic getting pressured up close like that. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to get much done there, but he does. Huge headshot. Dezen with one. Calyx swings out and finishes him. And he's quite an unbelievable amount of damage, and it seems crazy that Pleasant, I mean, it's definitely the right call. He was the last one there, so if he'd have run through it, he'd have taken the most damage, because the Molly does more damage towards the end of its lifespan. So yeah, he made the right call to stay behind it, but all of his teammates just burnt alive. Woxic, big headshot though, you know, onto Pleasant. As XANTARES plays close to the stairs. Dezen on the other side can flash, but it's turned, and Dezen finds a big headshot. Woxic on the angle. Needs to be very careful, and as the flash comes in, he crosses. Woxic spotted him. His position's known. Has to hit the shot. Chawsy up. But they will be able to. The save call already being made here, and Grux is already on the hunt. Calyx with that headshot might actually initiate another kind of stab at this. The issue is there's no kit, so Eternal Fire really don't have time to spare. Chawsy misses a key shot, does actually fall. Twist now just needs to play his life. imoRR's got no kit, he's got an AWP. The Molly goes on the bomb, and that's it. Round over. Oh no, it's smoked. imoRR still with no kit though. Doesn't have time for it. Does find the kill, but he has to fall away. They do have short control. They don't have the man advantage, and that comes up short. 1-for-1 there, but imoRR finding another kill, doing further damage. Grux needs to go big here, and again, it's only the single man. Chawsy can finally leg it down to A, but the rotation would be so much quicker from Eternal Fire that wouldn't make sense. He has to try and isolate a fight. Utilising this utility very well, though. Getting these Tech 9s up close and personal, that's exactly where they do the most damage, especially up against an AWP. They need to continue to apply the pressure, though. As soon as they stagnate, it's round over. And Woxic, his support's been eliminated. He thinks that someone's going to rotate through Con. Not expecting Issa, but they're playing a little bit of a reckless economic game. Don't mind dropping around here or there. XANTARES tearing through these Glocks should be good for a third. I thought he might get overwhelmed then. He's flashed and he's right out of position. Has to jump wide. Takes so much damage. Lucky to still be alive though. And the fact that he's found a kill there is just sensational. 4v4 should be a 5v4, but either way, Grux is still doing the damage. A second kill for him in the round as he eliminates Issa. Further damage onto Bank. Needs to tap in that C4. If he died there from the player pushing the dumpster, there would have been a big problem, because that bomb would have been in no man's land. Luckily for him, he wins the fight, unaware that the smoke's fading behind him though, and imoRR takes advantage of it. Calyx incredibly low on health. This is a doable 1v3 for Dezen. But a foolish play to be playing around a dissipating smoke. With your back turn, Dezen takes the first fires. Gets pushed away by a Molly. Woxic holding an angle that he doesn't feel comfortable with any longer. He takes a step back, 2 for 1 to fight, then it's a 3-on-3, then they lose that advantage. Issa spots the legs, should be a free kill for him, and it is. No trade either. Desmond struggles to connect as he jumps across. Might need to go on 3D aim trainer and practice the tracking. That's exactly what the one playing back towards graffiti, one in water. It's going to be so difficult to clear one without fighting the other, but the molly might just do the trick. Flash over the top, expects one to come up from CT. Calyx swinging though. Rely on a huge comeback on the defensive side. They do need 5 or 6 rounds here, I feel. That's going to have to start in the next round. They'll have some money to buy up here though. They're just feeding eternal fire like a hungry pack of wolves. One by one, peeking into them. XANTARES just chomping them away. 21 kills already. It's not even half time yet. Bit of a whiff on that one. Didn't have too many bullets left. Wanted to conserve them. Jawsy. Just misses out on Issa. Just misses out on him crossing as well. Low HP man. Easiest target of them all. And Jawsy for Issa. Should hear Desmond there. In fact, he absolutely has heard Desmond. XANTARES goes for the aggressive peek from long. Doesn't quite work out for him, but for Woxic, he can get a double. Once again, this big advantage for Eternal Fire. And a great big force buy here for Galaxy Racer that's not gone well for them once again. I was almost certain this would be an eco round, bearing in mind how little success they've had with buys like this. And that they'd go for a proper buy in the final of the half, play for 4. Instead, that's not the case at all. A funky buy here that's not worked out. And it'll be another funky buy moving forward. Twist once again. In the clutch situation, does spot it. Gonna go for the repeat. Connects the leg of Pleasant. Swaps out to the Desert Eagle. So much damage dealt. No scope hit. Pleasant does trade it, but he's low on health. A man down as well. Rotations are already coming in. Issa on a tight angle. Knows with the low HP man that he's gonna win that fight. And he does so. 4v2. Grux. If Galaxy Racer had some utility right now, I'd actually fancy their chances. But without it, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to pull this off. Spams through. Nothing that Grux can do to stay alive there. Twist once again in a clutch scenario. It was a 1-on-3, now a 1-on-2. In the nick of time, takes a tickle of damage to the ankle, but that's fine. He can still fire away. Should be able to connect ahead. Instead, he can't. The Glock from XANTARES does the damage. Plus, it's not blinded anybody. The second needs to be deployed before they take these fights. And as they peek in one by one, they're actually hitting the shots. Man advantage with Twist and Grux prevail. Woxic pulls it off after a big whiff comes forward on him. And now he's still alive, just needs to play the time. Pleasant, the man with the defuse kit. He's not holding it, he's tapped it. So much noise being made here towards B short, trying to get some information in connector. I thought that'd be Calyx's kill for free. Unfortunately, can't find it, but the trade's come through. XANTARES finishes Desert, and Twist being spammed up. He was actually the man that found the kill. Eventually, will be traded. Jawsy, one elsewhere. Pleasant with another, and you know, Galaxy Racer might be able to pull this off. Wants to take the fight, though. If it was a 1v1, he'd want to just get right back up connector. But Eternal Fire seems to be really, really comfortable with them. Even last round, we saw the pistols prevail. This time, Grux opens up the gates. XANTARES takes one back with the Galil, but Pleasant cleans it up, mops the floor with the Eternal Fire members and finds it, but does catch the final members crossing. So he knows they're heading over towards the A site. He is desperately rushing to get there in time. The volley goes down. It's not going to connect for all too much. And it looks like they might actually be able to run an AK holding for him, though, patiently waiting. Plenty of flashbangs that could be deployed before these peaks come through, but they're not. And as XANTARES wins that fight, there's no way he's expecting a second man to be close. And whilst Issa's there to watch the backside, Grux is there to deliver the fatal blows. imoRR, aware that if he peeks out too far to the left, he'll be spotted from heaven. Calyx, his position now known. But Grux wants to play for the trigger discipline, realises that he has to just take the fight. imoRR's not facing, but he could be anywhere at this point. Little does Grux know he's just on the site with 12. Woxic just needed to survive for a few more seconds there. Flash comes through though, not a lot Twist can do. Desmond sprays away for 2. It looks like it should be an 8th here for Galaxy Racer. Of course, it's only up against a half buy, but Issa damage. As Chawsy's on the site with Sado P. Teammate miles away from the action, but he connects for the first regardless. It all falls onto Woxic's shoulders. Spots him out though. Had a chance to take care of him there, but with 5 seconds left, there's no time in the round anyway, even if he finds the kill. And on paper, I would consider them the slightly better team. Desmond up close to short. swing comes in, he's able to do a lot of damage. Can't find the kill though, and as the pistols start to spam through, they're desperate to stay alive, but they're all just being caught with their pants down. Grux and Chauzy has to try and clutch this up. XANTARES is on a single point of health. Chauzy's miles away from the action, and Grux needed to find at least one there, and he just couldn't. Woxic finishes off Chauzy, catches connect anything on that initial, but as he falls back, they're going to play for the retake in this scenario, so interesting stuff. imoRR connects for 2 headshots, almost the third, runs out of bullets. Calyx is there to support him though, and imoRR's still charging through on burst fire. Oh my goodness. Finds himself a 3k. Calyx with a double. And that's a really clean pistol round. That is actually a really, really clean pistol round there for the Eternal Fire side as they take the lead here on Overpass. And to be honest, Twist tapping away. Can't quite connect anything on that initial. But as he falls back, they're going to play for the retake in this scenario. So interesting stuff. imoRR connects for 2 headshots, almost the third, runs out of bullets. Calyx is there to support him though, and imoRR's still charging through on burst fire. Smoke in hand, teammate boosted. Chauzy ready for them to come his way, but he's only got a CZ in as his teammate instantly drops. imoRR spins around, pops a bullet in his skull. That is unbelievably fast. And just like that, the round's over. He's not realising he's getting pressure from the right-hand side as well, though. Issa makes his presence known, tries to kind of bait to allow Woxic to slip in and get the kill with the Mac 10, but that's not going to happen. Spins around and finds him. Twist now left in the 1-on-4. Be able to catch out one hit. Oh, he's going to come in. I feel like they needed to be a little more coordinated with that. If you're going for an eco with grenades, then they need to go together. As soon as you realise that they've taken top banana control, bounce them all together, you might be able to get a kill or two with it, or at least enough damage, but throwing them one by one certainly didn't work out for them. A lot of damage. And Issa finishes him off. As Grux finds that big headshot, things start to turn around for them as XANTARES takes one back, but the flashbang's perfect. Grux doubles down, and Issa left in the 1-on-4. Should be able to take out Grux. Isn't unsuspecting on short. Grux on the angle should have his cross, but maybe not for 4 players. Pleasant taking contact in top mid, though, should give an indication that they're coming in from Palace. Desert only good for 1, and, you know, this attack seems to be doing some damage, but... Ooh, Chauzy. Seems like he threads the needle there, and he's about to die to the flames as well. That is so unfortunate. Goes for the peak, sees 4 of them, and he manages to shoot between all. And then dies while retreating. None of his teammates able to smoke the molly. Maybe there was a smoke, just in the panic, they couldn't deploy it. Either way, the teammates seem to be doing a really, really good job. Grux with a double in that one. Calyx now left in a very, very tough spot where Pleasants, they know that they've got a huge advantage here economically and with the firepower that's at hand in this round. They just need to make sure they don't make any major mistakes. Losing the bomb site's definitely one note. That Desert Eagle not connecting onto Pleasant, and as Pleasant gets closer, so do his chances of winning this gunfight. Flash over the top, turns the first, the second's perfect, and Pleasant sprays away for 2. A round that was looking like they might actually let slip is back in their control. imoRR with another headshot though. Chauzy only going 1 for 1 with that all. Not where he wants to be with it, but with Desert finding another. Woxic earlier here for Eternal Fire. Previously, they'd wait for that deep smoke to dissipate and then kind of give up that early banana control. This time, they're pushing right through it. They want to try and take that control. Desert needs to trade that one, can't quite do so, and it looks like Eternal Fire might actually be able to take this B-bomb site with ease. Put their first round on the board in quite some time. Ooh, Pleasant. Twist. Big double was made by Pleasant, but they have no idea where the remaining 2 are. If Woxic shows himself, that could be the indicator, but he shows himself, and especially when they deploy all of their util early. That's been their biggest problem. They deploy all of their offensive utility early onto Banana, and then when the take comes through, there's no longer an aid, there's no longer an incendiary to try and keep the opponents back. Still a round up, but if they lose it, it's going to go 6-6. Grux opens up proceedings with the first. XANTARES with a trade, but Pleasant's there to bounce it right back. The smoke isolating Calyx in the corner almost. Woxic, the Banana Man, I said he'd be important later in the round. He's smoked off, needs to connect, and oh my goodness, millimeters. And an Another really slow round. Looks like it's going to be an A execution here. Fair bit of util still to work with for the T side, but Pleasant holding long. Perfect angle for 2. Grux swings, does a lot of damage, but falls. And Issa arrives to the party, maybe a tad late, but it's fashionably late. He finds the kill. 3v3. Lots of damage taken here for Eternal Fire, but he's still got a good shot at this one. Twist denies the plant with the nade onto XANTARES. Dezen creeps up from behind towards Banana. That's absolutely crushing for Issa. He was actually watching the banana push, but he just gets done by timing. What really favour their T side here on Inferno, and that's across a lot of maps as well. It's 18 maps on record, so a lot of data to go up there. Actually 17 maps on record, but still a lot of data. For Eternal Fire, it's almost 50-50. It's been ever so slightly favouring their T side, and that's springing into action here. Unfortunately, it just seems a little too late. They do. Dezen in the corner, out to take contact with XANTARES, finds the first. 1-for-1 here would be fine. If he can take another, it's huge, and there you go. Finding 2 kills there, and confirming that there's another 2 towards Banana, instantly gives them the round just like that. Unless they make a major mistake here, they should be able to take it over the top. So they're about to funnel into an A-bomb site that's near enough empty. Woxic has to deny it all on his lonesome. The lone defender in Graveyard and the back of the bomb site. Nothing to lose here. Of course, Eternal Fire are going to go for this. And it looks like they're going to walk straight into the blender. Grux takes the headshot onto Calyx. Issa's just going to fall away and save that Kevlar. He's going to be hunted down, though. Maybe wants to try and do a little bit of damage. Issa with the 5-7 in Kevlar up close, but XANTARES is the first to take contact. And oh my goodness, Pleasant even right to invest Kevlar on a helmet for his M4. For Calyx, there's no real need for him to save. He doesn't want to feed the MAC-10, and he has just there. Pleasant's taking him out. Issa gets himself 1, but should be traded here if he can get a second. But here we go. Underway. XANTARES spraying down. Even more blinded. Catches out the 2 on the entry. Still no kills over towards the B-bomb site here from the C-side. Shorty finally takes 1. The trade is there. Grux actually finds him. And the bomb should go down. So a decent round. But still not one that I see them winning. With this boost coming over the top. Are they going to be aware of it? Oh, Grux is. There you go. 2 on 2. Dezen still on top of the boxes. It's anticipated, though, by Issa. And Grux, he's got the bomb on his back, but he doesn't feel comfortable planting it. Takes a duel with the first, though. Spots the second. There, pre-fires it. Both of these teams are 2-0. They kind of alleviated that pressure in their opening games here in the Swiss stage. So they're in a comfortable spot, but they've still got a couple more chances to make it into the playoffs. But both teams, of course, want to do it the easy way. Don't want this series to go to waste. That was an incredible shot from Chorley through the sword it from afar, and then aggress later on. Galaxy Racer just bursting through right now with Grux finding a kill over towards the apartments. Calyx does find one back on the B site. If he can take another here, it would be huge. And as he spots Chorley, spams away, does catch him through the smoke, takes a lot of damage, brings things back into a 3-on-3. Still doable for either side, though. Grux. Oh, I thought he had the timing perfect there. But Woxic's actually managed to take him down. Swing from imoRR, lines them both. Disadvantage. XANTARES low on health, though, and swapped out to the AWP. Woxic had done the trade with him because he was so low on health. And Twist doubling down with the sniper, 3-on-3. If Galaxy Racer pull it off in a fashion like this, I'll be seriously impressed. It'll be quite a stylish way to close a game. Secondary sniper picked up. The issue is the 2 weapons they've retrieved are both AWPs. Now, it does somewhat benefit them. A glass cannon's much better than a glass AK. But Pleasant caught out by the man from behind. Grux with a fast response. Swaps out to the AK-47. He's actually got some Kevlar behind him. But imoRR swings and finds the head chances, even though they've lost the top banana control. They're not going to fight anything too crazy here. They're just going to take a step away from the swap. And there you go. XANTARES doubling up, making it a triple. Really, really nice stuff. How does he get a quad here? Calyx somewhat steals it. And ooh. Issa. Oh, it's a big kill. He doubles up onto Grux. That's huge. Such an important round here for Galaxy Racer, and it's absolutely crumbled within seconds. This could be 13 for Eternal Fire. That would mean Galaxy Racer have to eco and then buy up and play for the 15-14. We could be going to overtime here. I cannot believe it. I actually cannot believe it, this game. Nice headshot from Pleasant though. Can't. His flash goes over. XANTARES should be able to just mow off the back of it, and he does. Calyx there. 3 kills for him. XANTARES with the MAC-10. The rotation started coming through, and then imoRR was sent away because they went quiet. Now the molly start to rain in. Oh, Calyx has been instantly taken care of. The molly landed right at his feet. Gruss changes, or trades, sorry, with XANTARES. And with a man advantage, Galaxy Racer are going to get this bomb down. 15 seconds to spare, but it's tapped in. And not only does it extend the timer, but it puts it in their favour. Eternal Fire. Need 4 kills here and a defuse within the next 40 seconds to win this one and take us to OT. It's been a hard-fought comeback. Are they able to pull it off? imoRR with the flash over the top takes out Dezen. 3-on-3. Time still ticking though, and they haven't got a lot of it to spare. Twist with the spray. Takes one more. Grux finds imoRR. It all falls onto Woxic and AWP. 2 players to find a crossfire, and time not in his favour. And for Jordan, he just needs to stay alive here. Doesn't need to face, and he does as soon as there's not enough time for the defuse. Woxic drops, and oh my goodness.